So, welcome to episode 10 of CoCo from the Dark podcast, the visual podcast. So, let's get to these messages. So, episode 9's messages have still been like echoing in my mind. And I know that's partly because there were some things that probably needed clarification for some of you, or just some things that Spirit wanted me to clarify. I don't know. But I'm just going to touch bases on the messages from episode 9 that are constantly standing out for me. And then we'll get to, today's messages. So, the main thing, this may be the only thing, I don't know, but the main thing that was standing out to me to clarify for the collective was about the dream I had of the entity that had the dreads with the top hat. I feel like that entity, I'm gonna say he, because it was a masculine. He was trying to recruit me for, I don't want to say dark magic, but I'm gonna say dark magic for the darker side, because I'm a light worker, and I feel as though the darker energies wanted to recruit me from that side, because if you don't know, you need to know that we all embody both dark and light, and the way for you to get balanced on your spiritual journey is to connect with both sides of you and not shut out any side, not shut out dark or light, but to connect with them, to learn how to harness them and let them flow the way that they need to flow, so especially the darkness, because if you try to shut darkness out, it's just going to pop out whenever it feel like it, and it won't, it's going to be at the most opportune time for the darkness. But for you, especially if you're a light worker, it's not going to be pretty. So it's about like balancing the two, recognizing, I just saw 2, 3, 4 on the clock, recognizing that every single thing, all energies have a duality. It has a flip side. It's like two heads of the same coin. It's like, a good side and a bad side. So, you have to be sure to connect with all parts of you and, be in your authenticity. But I feel as though, like, I don't know, I just really felt like it happened. Like, I only saw that entity that one time. I never saw it again. I never dreamt of it again, nothing like that. And it's like, I feel like, because I remember, like, the energy was like, hurry up, we're running out of time, you got to hurry up. And I know it's because it was like the energy of making me feel like I had to hurry up and decide so that I won. 333 is on the clock. There's some alignment in this message today. Well, it always is, but there's something here, especially for the collective today. I'm hearing something about Vlogmas. I don't know. But anyway, I just really feel as though I was wanted to be recruited to the other side, but I'm of the light, so here I am today. But yeah, I do think that was the only message that really kept sticking out in my mind, that why that dream was significant for me to bring up in the podcast in the first place, because you have a choice on, especially when you connect with your spiritual journey, you have a choice on whether or not you want to use your gifts for good or for bad. We won't say good or bad, we'll say dark or light, because just like light workers can be dark, dark workers can be light. So it's like, anyway. So I kind of have notes on this one. Like after I did the first the last video, episode 9, there was this urgency to get in teacher mode, especially for like beginner spiritualists, or even if you're like in the middle of your spiritual journey, or of recognizing your spiritual journey. I just really feel this energy of needing to teach what I know. But like, so one thing that, well, the first thing here is be okay with being wrong. Now, for people who are like tarot readers, or, channelers or something like that, or, if you connect with spirit and deliver messages to other people, you have to be okay with being wrong, because in the beginning, that's the only way you're going to trust your intuition, is by trial and error. I remember being in a space where, um, if I felt like if I felt like it didn't fit, I wouldn't say it. Like I said in, the last episode. And it's like it held back some of the messages that needed to be delivered to whomever I was reading for. So it's like you have to learn how to trust your intuition. I remember even when I was like testing my intuition, even now, testing my intuition, like, I know you probably seen like things on TikTok or YouTube where someone will have their hand closed and say, "Oh, can you guess what I have in my hand to test your intuition?" Or they'll have like some tarot cards face down. "Can you guess what's on the card?" Or something like that. And at first, when I used to be wrong, I would be like, "Oh man, maybe my intuition isn't as strong as, you know, as I think it is." But it's about first building a rapport between you and your inner voice. It's about connecting with what voice is yours and what voice is spirit's, and then what voice is, the enemy. We'll say the enemy. So um, that comes with being a reader. And if you're not a reader, but you want to trust your intuition, it's kind of the same way. You have to learn how to be okay with making mistakes. It's a part of life. Trial and error is a part of life. Just like when they call spirituality practice a practice. Practice means it's something that you do consistently to get better at it. And honestly, I don't think there is a ceiling to learning spirituality. There's always something new to learn. And then even on your journey, like, things will shift, like your beliefs will shift on things, your feelings will shift on things, because as you grow and as you evolve, you will look at things from a different perspective, and it will shift. And like, for people who are around you, if you're not like in isolation on your spiritual journey, at certain points, people will think that you're being inauthentic because you're changing so much. But that's a part of your journey. Like, you are growing, you are learning, and you are evolving as an individual. And on the outside, it looked like you just don't know who you want to be or what you got going on. But really, I mean, it probably is that you probably are learning yourself, trying to figure out, like, okay, who am I? What do I like? What do I connect with? But, being okay with being wrong, being okay with making mistakes, being okay with adjusting to the ebbs and the flows. And so the next one is take it one day at a time. Look, when you try to think ahead and figure things out ahead, outside of manifestation, it's different with manifestations. It's like living the journey, walking the journey, and manifesting are two different subjects when we speak about thinking ahead. But when you're just living day to day, when you're just walking this spiritual journey and you're trying to think ahead, I promise it's going to throw you off. You have to live each day, be present. Be present is the best advice you can take from any reader, from any spiritualist, from any preacher, it don't matter. Be present, be in the present moment, be grateful for the things that you have now, be grateful for the things that you are experiencing now, no matter good or bad. Be grateful and be present. So the next one is enjoy the present moment. Wait, what? Okay, so that must be important because I got for one, it says take it one day at a time. Let's see if there was something that I forgot to write, and let's see if I can channel what it was. Okay, it's about take it one day at a time. I kind of skipped ahead, I guess. Take it one day at a time is about not trying to learn everything on your spiritual journey all in one day. Like I remember like when I first started, like I told y'all, I wish I had like a guide or familiar or something, like I found a book, a book or somebody's journal or something to tell me how to do, what to do, when to do, where to do with it. And it's like I just wanted to learn everything. Everything was so interesting. Everything was so exciting. 11:11 was on the clock, and it was just like I wanted to know it all. I wanted to know about the movie. Wish is coming up. It's an animated movie. I know I keep suggesting these animated movies, but that's just, I mean, I like animated movies. And I think it just came out last month. And the reason why it's coming up is that it's a king. He's a king. He learned everything he could learn about magic, and that's how he became a king. He went, found an island, and started granting wishes and all of this. You know, he started using magic, and it was like I just wanted to know everything that I could know, and I wanted to learn it as quickly as possible because, like I said, I was excited, I was eager, I was the eager beaver. But you know, you have to take everything one day at a time because what you want to learn at the beginning, when you get to the middle, you probably won't give a damn about it. Like I respect hoodoo and voodoo, man, I respect it very much. So it still interests me, but do I want to practice it? No. Maybe like there are certain things that I would practice, but what do they call it? A close practice. Like a lot of people deem voodoo and hoodoo, especially voodoo, to be closed practices. And I did learn some voodoo, but it's so easy to get what's the word? I don't know. It just feels like you can really go down a rabbit hole when it comes to voodoo, you know, and you might make a wrong turn, and I don't know, but it wasn't for me, but it is most definitely interesting. It's most definitely something that, you know, I feel as though you probably should have a trusted voodoo advisor. I don't know. I don't really know what you would call it. I'm thinking shaman, but I don't know if they're called shamans when it's voodoo. But take it one day at a time. Just pace yourself as you are learning. Maybe try learning a little bit of one subject a day if you're like so interested in learning. Like don't completely engulf yourself in something just because you enjoy it, just because it's exciting. You have to make sure you resonate with it because, like I said, if you start using the wrong practices, you can really cause damage. You can cause damage to yourself, to your family line, to other people. You got to be careful because the spiritual world is nothing to play with. It's not a joke. It might seem like it. It might look like fun. You might see people, you know, doing things that look interesting, but it's not a game. It's not a joke. It's for real. So anyway, the next one, the next one was enjoy the present moment. It says the journey is just as important as the destination. And then the next one is be true to you. Like no matter what people try to advise you on, you got to do what feels right within you above all else. Just like, growing up a Christian, I loved the music in the church. There were even like some churches where I loved the messages that the preacher, the pastor was, relaying on that day. But it was just something about the church that I don't know. I don't want to say, I don't want to offend, so I don't want to say too much, but I just did not feel like I could fully be myself in church because it was always don't do this, don't be that, don't say this. It's in church, it's always don't. And I've never really been good at following rules. I've never really been good with authority. And it's just like, I love God and I don't need someone to tell me how to love God or how God loves me. I love them on my own. They love me on our own. We don't need outside energies to tell us, me and the Most High, how to connect with one another. But I do most definitely understand, child, because I grew up in the church. So anyway, it's your journey. You have to do what feels right with you, like I said. And if at any point it doesn't feel right for you anymore, you have the freedom to remove yourself, to change churches or to change denominations or like whatever it is, you know, on your spiritual journey. It's your journey. Nobody can walk it for you. Nobody can, repent for you. No one can redeem you from, anything that you've gone through in your life but the Most High. So it's like, make your own decisions. Don't let, because, you love people, don't let them talk you into or make you feel bad about who you are or who you want to be, or how you want to live your life or how you want to practice spirituality. So the next one is fear does not mean stop. Just because something is scary. And this isn't just like, don't think that I'm just talking about like spiritual practices or anything like that. I'm just talking about like getting to know yourself, connecting with the Most High, connecting with God, connecting with your higher self, or whoever it is that you connect with as a higher source. But like being fearful, being afraid to like take leaps of faith or to go in certain directions is basically your white flag, your green flag to tell you that's where you need to go. If it scares you, that's where you need to go. Not as far as safety. I shouldn't have to explain it, but like if it scares you, that means you're close to some sort of breakthrough, and you got to break through that fear in order to get through that breakthrough. So the next one is to ask questions. I know we always get, especially if you grew up in the church, we always hear, don't question God, don't question the Most High, but they want you to question them. And for those of you who are new here, I say they because I believe that there is a mother goddess and a father God. So there you go. But it's all source energy. It's the creator. And anyway, they want you to ask questions. They want you to get familiar with what your mission is, what your life purpose is, like get familiar with them. And if you don't ask questions, it's like one of those don't ask, don't tell type of things. Like if you don't ask, how you gonna know? So hold yourself accountable is the next one. You have to remember that you gonna make mistakes in your life. I mean, you've seen it. You lived through some of your mistakes. So you're gonna make mistakes in your life, but you have to Be gentle with yourself. And also you gotta hold yourself accountable. A lot of people like to blame other people or other things or even the devil. They like to blame the devil. I ain't saying like the devil ain't real. I'm just saying how they like to blame the devil made me do it. And it's like you open yourself up to the devil. You choose to make the decisions that you make, and it's like hold yourself accountable. Like if you fucked up, you just fucked up. Just pivot, but hold yourself accountable. Drink your water. Connect with those emotions, and check that description box. I'm just saying. So the last one that I got is I'm hearing Janelle Monáe, even if it makes others uncomfortable, I will love who I am. But it says, even if others have good intentions with their advice, only your opinions and feelings about something matters. Your journey, like I said earlier, your journey is your journey. Their journey is their journey. Your journey is your journey. Like people can advise you, people can give you, suggestions, all they want to. But when it boils down, at the end of the day, it's your choice. It's your decision, where you go from here, where your life shifts to, if you change, if you grow, if you mature. As you can stay stuck in a situation and try to blame others all you want to, but accountability, okay? There was something else. There was something else that I wanted to touch on. Hold on, let me try to remember. Child, I don't know. But what I do want to say is that on this journey, sometimes you will have moments of isolation, and sometimes it will get hard to be isolated. And other times it'll be hard to get out of isolation. When you have your moments where it's hard to be isolated, you have to remember that you are being separated because you need to connect with your energy more. Excuse me, you need to trust your intuition more. I knew I was seeing something in here. This don't belong in this deck. Oh, okay. Well, you see, it's two different decks and carrying connections. I feel like there is love coming in for you, and it's the fact that it came out the way that it did. Feels like it's gonna surprise you. It's like this love is gonna come up out of nowhere. But the isolation. So if you're needing to be in a space where you learn how to trust yourself, where you learn how to trust the Most High, the universe, like I said, whoever it is that you connect with, instead of always leaning on other people's opinions and what they call fact and the programming that you grew up with. But other times it'll be hard to come out of isolation because you have gotten to a space where you enjoy your own company, you enjoy the company of your spirit team of the Most High, and you fine with it. You don't want to deal with outside forces. You even may call yourself an introvert, and it's like your energy is needed. Being an introvert to me is just something that is a part of when you go into isolation. When it's time to be out of isolation, we are meant to be a unit. We're meant to be in groups, in couples, in groups where we are all teaching each other, learning from each other, loving each other, connecting with one another. And when we are in a space of solitude for too long, sometimes you can forget that connections are important. But yeah, I think that's all the message for that. It's a lot. I don't know if that song was loud or not, but it's okay. I really feel like you are like, I feel like someone is either in isolation or coming out of isolation, but it's because you were learning your intuition. It's the fact that it came out, and look, it came out one, two. It came out with the root chakra. The root chakra is all about stability, being stable, being secure in your own energy and your own intuition. Like, it cannot get any more clearer than that. Cha, look, this is how they came out. One, two, one, two, three, four. Get your hand on the floor. Gotta get up to get down. Gotta get up to get. One, two, three, four. I don't even know. Is that are those the numbers they saying? I don't know, but so we got 3 and 4 rewards and recognition, foundations and achievement. There is like you have accomplished something, or you are about to accomplish something that is go. I'm hearing catapult you. It's going to catapult you into a different timeline, into like this era of newness. And I feel like this energy of like imposter syndrome trying to like come in. Like, I'm hearing humble yourself, but that's not the guidance. It's like people are telling you to humble yourself, but you've been humble. You've been humble. You were born humble. It's time for you to like pop your shit. Is that what they say? It's time for you to pop your shit. And I don't know. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate the things that are coming in for you. I'm also hearing to be mindful of who you celebrate with, who you share things with, because everyone is not for you. Everyone is not for you, and everybody is not going to be happy for you. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say that one for last because that just made me so excited. But we have patience in shadow. There goes that hermit mode, that isolation mode, that solitude. In my solitude, you were connecting with. See, weren't we speaking about the light side and the dark side? This is the same person. This is two sides of the same person. This is their light side, and this is their dark side. And I feel like you gained a lot of the wisdom that you had in your darkness, in your dark times where you were like going through stages of grief, of hurt, of pain, where you started your healing. Maybe you weren't like really purposely healing, but like it was just happening because after pain, you get healing. After you get cut, your body starts healing, whether you do anything to it or not. But I really feel as though I even see this balance of energies here. You see how this is one color and this is another color? It's like this energy of like coming into balance, coming into connection. I'm hearing something about not just balancing the light and the dark side, but the masculine and the feminine side as well. We all embody both energies. We all embody the masculine and the feminine energies. Like, that's why I got 2 locks. I only got 2 locks right now because one is my masculine and one is my feminine. I don't know what made me do it, but it's it means a lot to me. But anyway, I just really feel like there's a lot of balance that is going on for you. There's a lot of grounding energy. There's a lot of growth that has happened for you. This flower may very much so be significant for you, or any flower. Maybe you are receiving flowers or about to receive flowers, both figuratively and literally. But I feel like while you are being patient, learning yourself, connecting with yourself, you are creating something. And something like you were manifesting things, you were desiring things. What does Abraham Hicks call it? You were sending out rockets of desire. And I feel like you were placing an order to the universe energetically. Maybe you were even praying about something, but I feel like it was being crafted for you, and it was happening behind the scenes while you were in your hermit mode, in your solitude, in your isolation. And this is the last card that came out. I'm hearing something about completion. I'm hearing cornucopia. I'm hearing fruits of your labor. And then I heard fruits of your labor, and then my eyes got drawn to this fruit, and then I see these stacks of coins, like, and this, like, you're about to be abundant. There are some things coming in for you. You might be getting some, I'm hearing that you might be getting some things for Christmas, and maybe you don't usually get things for Christmas, or you're going to be in a better financial space to celebrate Christmas, like the mainstream way of celebrating Christmas, not, the spiritual way, but the mainstream way, like gifts and things like that. But I feel like there's something different about this Christmas for you. And I don't even know why Christmas came up, but it did. But and then I just noticed she has flowers too. You're gonna be receiving flowers figuratively or literally, and or you're going to be the person that's giving flowers to someone, just however it resonates. I'm hearing love is in the air. But yeah, so those are the messages for episode 10. I pray that they connected with you, that something resonated for you. And I thank you for being here. I send you so much, so much, so much, so much love and light and gratitude. And I will see you on the next one. Namaste.